Hello, this is Spellbinder doing a report on the American Policy Center. This is a lesson, Agenda 21, and it's an Agenda 21 one easy lesson, and it's all about how to beat this Agenda 21 or sustainability, which is sustainability is another word for 80% of the population go bye-bye. And that's you and me, and you're not on the save me list unless you're one of these creatures that are a sociopath that don't have any conscience about people. Awareness of Agenda 21 sustainable development is racing across the nation as citizens and community after community are learning what their city planners are actually up to. As awareness grows, I am receiving more and more calls for tools to help activists fight back. Many complain that the elected officials just won't read detailed reports or watch long videos. Can you give us something that is quick and easy to read and we can hand out, I'm asked. So here it is, a one-page quick description of Agenda 21 that fits on one page. I've also included for the back side of your handout a list of quotes of the perpetrators of Agenda 21 that should back up my brief descriptions. A word of caution. Use this as a starter kit, but do not allow it to be your only knowledge of this very complex subject. To kill it, you have to know the facts, research, know your details, discover the non-governmental organization players in your community, identify who is victimized by the policies and recruit them to your fight, and then kill Agenda 21. That's how it must be done. The information below is only your first step. Happy hunting. What is sustainable development? According to its authors, the objective of sustainable development is to integrate economic, social, and environmental policies in order to achieve reduced consumption, social equality, and the preservation and restoration of biodiversity. Sustainabilists insist that every societal decision be based on environmental impact, focusing on three components: global land use, global education, global population control, and reduction. There's the key words. You are not on the save me list. Social equality and social injustice. It's what it is. It's social injustice. Social justice is described as the right and opportunity of all people to benefit equally from the resources afforded to us by a society and the environment. Redistribution of wealth. That's a socialist ideology, to give everyone equal things so we're all poor. Private property is a social injustice since not everyone can build wealth from it. Not many people do build wealth from their properties. National sovereignty is a social injustice. Universal health care is a social injustice. All part of Agenda 21 policy. Economic prosperity. Public-private partnerships, the PPP, special dealings between government and certain chosen corporations which get tax breaks, grants, and government powers of eminent domain to implement sustainable policy. That's the people who say you have a toad or something on your property and they take it away, and then later they build a parking lot and make millions of dollars off your property they stole from you. Government sanctioned monopolies is what it's known as. Local sustainable development policy, smart growth, wildland projects, resilient cities, regional visioning projects, STAR sustainable communities, green jobs, green building codes, going green, alternative energy, local visioning facilitators, our regional planning, historic preservation, conservation, and easements, and development rights, sustainable farming, comprehensive planning, growth management, and consensus, sustainable farming, less farming. Understand that. Who is behind it? Well, it's the ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability, formerly the International Council for Local Environmental Initiatives. Communities pay the ICLEI dues to provide local community plans, software, training, etc. Additional groups include American Planning Council, the Renaissance Planning Group, the International City and County Management Group, aided by the U.S. Mayors Conference, National Governors Association, National League of Cities, National Association of County Administrators, and many more private organizations and official government agencies. Foundation and government grants drive the process. Where did it originate? The term sustainable development was first introduced to the world in the pages of a 1984 report, Our Common Future, produced by the United Nations World Commission on Environmental and Development, authored by Gero Harman Brundtland, Vice President of the World Socialist Party. There you go. Let's take the wealth from everyone else and or people that have wealth and give it to everyone except us. We don't have to give that wealth. We'll live in castles. The term was first offered as official UN policy in 1992 in a document called UN Sustainable Population Reduction Development Agenda 21. Remember, sustainable or sustainability is population reduction. Issued at the UN's Earth Summit, today is referred to simply as Agenda 21. What gives Agenda 21 ruling authority? More than 178 nations adopted Agenda 21 as official policy during the signing ceremony at the Earth Summit. U.S. President George Herbert Walker Bush signed the document for the U.S. and in signing, each nation pledged to adopt the goals of Agenda 21. In 1995, President Bill Clinton, in compliance with Agenda 21, signed Executive Order number 12858 to create the President's Council on Sustainable Development in order to harmonize U.S. environmental policies with the UN directive as outlined in Agenda 21. The executive order directed all agencies of the federal government to work with the state and local community governments in a joint effort to reinvent government using guidelines outlined in Agenda 21. You understand what Obama's doing? As a result, with the assistance of groups like ICLEI, sustainable development is now emerging as government policy in every town, county, and state in the Union. They're bred like a disease. Revealing quotes from the planners. Agenda 21 proposes an array of actions which are intended to be implemented by every person on Earth. It's called for specific changes in the activities of all people. Effective execution of Agenda 21 will require a profound reorientation of all humans, unlike anything the world has ever experienced. Agenda 21, Earth Summit Strategy to Save Our Planet, Earth Press, 1993, emphasis, DR, urgent to implement. But we don't know what it is. The realities of life on our planet dictate that continued economic development as we know it cannot be sustained. Sustainable development, therefore, is a program of action for local and global economic reform, a program that has yet to be fully defined. The Local Agenda 21 Planning Guide, published by the ICLEI in 1996, no one fully understands how or even if sustainable development can be achieved. However, there is a growing consensus that it must be accomplished at the local level if it's ever to be achieved on a global basis. The Local Agenda 21 Planning Guide, published by the ICLEI 1996. Agenda 21 in private property. Land cannot be treated as an ordinary asset controlled by individuals and subject to pressures and inefficiencies of the market. Corporations. Private land ownership is also a principal instrument for the accumulation and concentration of wealth. Corporations, therefore, contributes to social injustice to the corporations. From the report from the 1976 UN's Habitat I conference, private land use decisions are often driven by strong economic incentives that result in several ecological and aesthetic consequences. The key to overcoming it is through public policy. Report from the President's Council on Sustainable Development, page 112. Current lifestyles and consumption patterns of the affluent middle class, involving high meat intake, use of fossil fuels, appliances, home and work air conditioning, suburban housing, are not sustainable. We must save it for ourselves, the elite. You're strong, who has billions of dollars, lives in China, has an entire building to himself, and is worshipped by the Chinese. Secretary General of the UN Earth Summit of 1992. See Jesse Ventura about his conspiracy theory on that. It's very well noted. reinvention of government. We need a new corroborative decision process that leads to better decisions, more rapid change, and more sensible use of human, natural, and financial resources in achieving our goals. In other words, we are the cattle for them to get things done. Understand, it's nothing about all of us, it's all about the few of them. Report from the President's Council on Sustainable Development. Individual rights will have to take a back seat to the collective. Collectivism. Harvey Reven, Vice Chairman of the ICLEI, the Wildlands Project. We must make this place an insecure and inhospitable place for capitalists and their projects. We must reclaim the roads and plow the lands, halt dam construction, tear down existing dams, free shackled rivers, and return to wilderness tens of millions of acres are presently settled land. David Foreman, Earth First. Do you not see what they're saying? This is exactly what Obama's doing for them. Wake up, smell the fascism, socialism, and collectivism that they're pulling on us through corporates. What is not sustainable? Ski runs, grazing of livestock, plowing of soil, building fences, industry, single-family homes, paved and tarred roads, logging activities, dams and reservoirs, power line constructions, and economic systems that fail to set proper value on the environment. UN's Biodiversity Assessment Report. Hide the Agenda 21's UN roots from the people. Yes, they must hide this from us, to keep it from us, so we will not know what they're up to. Participating in a UN advocate planning process would very likely bring out many of the conspiracy fixated groups and individuals in our society, the segment of society who feared one world government and a UN invasion of the United States through which our individual freedoms would be stripped away, would actively work to defeat any elected official who joined the conspiracy by undertaking LA 21. So we call our process something else, such as comprehensive planning, growth management, or smart growth. J. Gary Lawrence, advisor to the President Clinton's Council on Sustainable Development. Do you not understand yet what they're doing? I'm trying to get this up here so you can see the last line, but for some reason I didn't make my thing big enough, so it's freaking with me. Hang on here, I'll see if I can fix it. I can't do it. Oh well, until next time. I guess that's it. You'll have to read it. I'll have a link to this article so you can read the whole thing and see the last line where the guy J. Gary Lawrence, advisor to the President Clinton's Council on Sustainable Development, said that last statement. I can't get this to move up on for me. Nope, ain't gonna do it. And I can't pull this box down. It won't let me do it once I start recording. Well, I hope that wakes a lot of people up, because this is exactly what they're up to. This is what's in the Agenda 21. This is what they've been up to for about, since at least Clinton's time, and Herbert Walker Bush has been playing this game of sustainability, which is population reduction and putting people in one big buildings and stuff, put everyone in a city, rewild the outside so the elitists will have their lands again, so they can look over them and go, I own as far as I can see. I own all that. That's what they want. If they see houses on it and stuff, it's not owning it. See, this is what's going down. And this is from the American Policy Center. And they're trying to wake you up and make you know what they're up to. They got more things too. I can probably, if I can somehow fix this to do what I want to do, I can move this over to here. Go back up here and you'll be able to see some of the other articles that they have, which I'll just pull this back out like this, And I'll just move this over here. These are the breaking news. Attack of the NGOs, or the non-governmental organizations. NIMSB's bananas and greens. America's education fails because it isn't education. Agenda 21 in one easy lesson. That's the one I just read to you. How to fight back against sustainable development. Action alerts. So until next time, this is Spellbinder Reports. Be good at it, and wake up to Agenda 21. They're out to take us out. 80% of us at least, so there's more controllable slaves. Good day.